Yo, what is good everybody? I'm your boy Jadiro and this is my how to play Tremor guide. Let's get it. So in this video I'll be going over some of Tremor's basics that you need to know, and I'll also be going over his 3 different forms. Tremor is the only cameo to have 3 different variations, and his variations are Aftershock, Metallic, and Crystalline. But I'll break it all down for you guys, whether you're a beginner or you're advanced or a seasoned player, and I'll make this very easy for you. This is the easy mode version of how to play Tremor. Let's get into it. So some basic housekeeping here, guys. As you know, Tremor can change his form, and you can also do it in 2 different directions. What I mean by that is you can hit R1 or right bumper to do Transmute up, which will go from his Aftershock to his Metallic to his Crystalline, or you can do Transmute down, which will go Aftershock, Crystalline, and then Metallic. So one thing to note, guys, is every time you're playing a game or you're starting a game, you're always starting in Aftershock. So just remember, you can go up Transmute or you can go down Transmute, depending on what you need. And the second thing I want everyone to know, and this goes for any stance you have Tremor in, is you can do combos, hold on R1, and you can cancel into a special move of Tremor. But if you look above, it uses the whole cameo meter when I do that. So if you cancel into another special move while you're mid-combo, it'll use your whole cameo bar. See, he came out there and he did a move after I changed his Transmute form. But we'll go over more of that later. Let's get into his first stance, Aftershock. Alright guys, so I'm going to tag all of Tremor's special moves that he has while he's in Aftershock form. We have Rock Punch, which is forward R1 or forward right bumper. Then we have Rock Punch Upercrust, which is up R1 or up right bumper. And then we have Ground Pound, which is back R1 or back right bumper. I'm going to go ahead and tag all those and I'll get into the explanation. So cool thing about your Rock Punch is it makes a lot of your combos safe on block. And Rock Punch again is forward R1 or forward right bumper. However, it's just a really cool short combo ender. It'll knock him across the screen if you need to reset or if you need to zone him in any capacity. That's what Rock Punch is for. Not the greatest move for the Aftershock form. And the same goes for Ground Pound, your back R1 or your back right bumper. The only difference here is it hits low, it doesn't hit mid. So you'll definitely be able to sneak Ground Pound in there a lot easier. What I think is the creme de la creme of Aftershock is Rock Punch Upercrust, which is your up R1 or your up right bumper. So the cool thing about Upercrust, I'm just going to call it Upercrust for the purpose of this video. The cool thing about Upercrust is it's a launcher and it can start all your air combos or your longer combo strings. Let me demonstrate. So we can come in with our 4-3-2 into the uppercut, into a simple air combo. We could also do the 4-3-2 into our longer combo strings, right, for some decent damage. However, we don't always have to take it to the air after we do the Upercrust. We could also start with the Upercrust into our 4-3-2, into the 3-2, into our forward 1-2 grab. Boom, pretty crazy. Alright guys, that's it for the Aftershock stance. Let's move on to that Metallic stance next. So in Metallic form, we have Lava Burst, which is forward R1. We have Eruption, which is up R1. And then we have Rolling Rock, which is back R1. And then we have Rock Toss, which is holding R1. Let me demonstrate. So Lava Burst has some decent range just to zone your opponent if need be. You could also just work it into your combos as a finisher. So that's Lava Burst, your forward R1 or your forward right bumper. Then we're going to move on to Eruption next, which is your up R1 or your up right bumper. Eruption can be a great anti-air, but it's a summon, so there's no follow-up combos after it, but it works. Alright, so that's Lava Burst and Eruption. Let's move on to Rolling Rock. So Rolling Rock is your back R1 or your back right bumper. And what Rolling Rock does is it launches a low from full screen. That's pretty crazy if you have moves that can do an overhead from full screen too. However, I think the beauty for Rolling Rock is when you hold back R1 and you hold down right bumper. What it does for Tremor is it launches a huge boulder and it does an overhead. So you can start getting into some crazy mix-ups depending on the champion's special move. And in Smoke's case, we have Smoke Port. Let me demonstrate. So I'm going to launch Rolling Rock in the overhead version, and then I'm going to follow up with Smoke Port, and you guys will see this mix-up. It's nuts. So my opponent has to decide whether I block high or block low. And either way, I'm going to hit him with something, which is crazy. It's going to open up a lot of mix-up combos with a lot of champions. Let's do that again for good measure. That's going to be insane. Alright guys, that's it for Tremor's Metallic form. Let's move on to the last form next, which is Crystalline. Alright, I'm not going to beat around the bush. There's 2 moves in Crystalline form, and we all know which one's the best one. Crystal Wall Punch is forward R1, and Crystal Armor is back R1. So Crystal Wall Punch is also like Rock Punch. However, Crystal Wall Punch can also reflect projectiles. Boom. Reflected it. But the real beauty in Crystalline form is Crystal Armor. Jeez. Crystalline Armor can withstand up to 6 hits without being launched or knocked up into the air, which is crazy OP. You still take damage, but it keeps you on the ground. One thing I want you guys to note though is Crystal Armor has a little bit of a wind-up time. As you can see, he has to hit the ground and then give me the armor. But what's crazy is if you action cancel with Tremor with down R1, you can get your Crystal Armor almost instantly. Let me demonstrate. Nuts. That may use a full bar, but that might be the difference between winning and losing a game. And how you do that from Aftershock is you hit down R1 and then back R1. And you'll have instant Crystal Armor. You can also do the same for the Metallic form, so it's just R1 and then forward R1. It's just not as rewarding, but you can start a combo off of that. Alright guys, well that does it for my easy mode how to play Tremor guide. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really think the standouts here are Crystal Armor from the Crystalline form, the Rolling Rock held version from the Metallic form, and the Rock Punch Upercrust from the Aftershock form. I believe those are the 3 moves you're going to see used most for Tremor. And one thing I wanted to say before I go here, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like, man. It really helps this channel out. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys so much for showing up and always showing support. I'm your boy Jadiro, signing out for now. Peace.